I remember hearing some women actually ask the doctor to sew them back up tighter than before in order to please their husbands yet again.
Yes. I know in South Sudan it was very much a case of, how are you going, the way they put it is really quite sweet actually, it's to warm my husband's bed. How will I warm my husband's bed if, you know, I haven't got that, you know, kind of the right size. So I'm glad to hear in the Gambia that the men that Ladyee M came in contact with actually felt for their women.
Yeah.
Because like we know, there are those out there who don't. They have absolutely no mercy, and the woman is basically there as my property.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But okay, thank you, Ladyee M and Abena. But what was good as well, I just needed to tell you, was that we had a lady there who spoke about the Quran and Islam, and the difference between culture and tradition and religion.
Okay.
To show you that these forms of abuses that they're doing on women, they must not do in the name of Allah or
it's
the
not
Quran.
written. It's not written.
Yes.
According to some that I've spoken to, it's not actually written in the Quran. You've even got there's a little excerpt I was reading, funnily enough, yesterday actually, where Farrakhan is saying that there was a time, and not even so much for this mutilation, there was a time where more children needed to be born, if that's the right way of putting it, while they had more than one wife. Now that those times are no longer, you can return back to how it's supposed to be. So it's really a matter of choice. The men that are crying out for their women, they need to speak to other men, or the younger ones, so they don't repeat the same tradition. Because yes, I have heard that as well, with what Ladyee M is saying, where the men cry for their women because they see what they're going through. I remember seeing a program years ago, a documentary, where a lady was saying it takes her to urinate, it takes half an hour. 20 minutes to half an hour, because the hole is so tight that it doesn't allow the natural flow to go on. And as for Auntie Jane, Auntie Reds, or however you want to put her every month, that's even more horrendous. Because that's when they have to use the safety pin to pull out the clots. Yes. So the whole thing, the infections, the whole thing is barbaric. You see, I mean, I'm working in the social services field, and we have some girls coming through, and it's a shame to see that they've taken themselves out, and because such wrong was done to them, they feel now that they could let them go and do the wrong themselves. At least they can choose who's going to abuse them. And we have to try and turn their minds around to say, okay, it was bad with what happened to you, but it's also bad for you to go and do it yourself, for yourself. You know, realize you're a queen, you're a goddess, you're a princess, and go out there and even try and speak to the younger ones, so that they don't have the same ideology that you got from what happened to you. So you have a lot of Somali Muslim girls coming through social services that are. We're encouraged. We're told to encourage them to stay with whatever religion whatever their beliefs are. They do have a certain part of the beliefs, but a certain part of the beliefs it's like it's let them down. So they've just thrown everything out the window, and they're out there getting diseases on top of diseases because, you know, well, let me abuse myself. Let me choose to abuse myself rather than somebody else abuse me. Okay.